All right, the boys are in. Willard and Dibs. And I guess we're going to just start off this conversation by asking you two, did you watch the Willie Mays documentary yesterday on HBO Max?
Didn't get a chance to.
It's on my docket for tonight.
Got it.
It's on my docket for tonight. We have the two-step of no sports pretty much that I care about
Shout out
on
Sierra.
TV last night and tonight. So last night we went and voted and did some stuff with the kids. And tonight we'll do Willie Mays.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was all over the electoral map, and shout out everyone who voted, and shame on you, California, for failing to pass the sports gambling legislations. And I know that both of those propositions were awkwardly written, poorly written, quite frankly.
All of the things on the ballot, I have to read 2 and 3 times because thou shalt not. And I'm like, wait, is it yes? Is it no? Like they do these double negatives. But I agree with you. It's written so poorly.
So no more sports gambling. So because no one's going to gamble without it being legalized. It's a joke.
You know what?
You can get a needle. You can get a needle on Market Street.
Quickly though, just the one that was written correctly, which made perfect sense. It's like, okay, no flavored tobacco products.
Exactly.
I can't even believe we have that.
Yeah.
Here you go, kiddies.
That's bad.
You know what? The flavored wraps, yes.
No, real quick on the gambling thing, though. I was talking to my buddy, Matt Payne, my big bro. Shout out to Big B out there. And we were talking about the gambling proposition on Monday. And he's like, it's probably better if we don't pass it because I have a lot of friends who gamble irresponsibly. They're chasing money. They're chasing checks. Gambling can tear apart a family. I actually think it's a good thing overall because a lot of people think you can just bet and they know everything about sports and they throw their money away. And it's not a good deal. I've talked to a lot of families where their kids have had, don't talk about gambling around.
But what's the upside on alcohol? Like, for example, I'm someone who doesn't drink alcohol anymore, and I look at alcohol, and I say this at all the sporting events, it's not going away, right? You go, there, major business is being done with alcohol, and I always ask, does alcohol help or hurt families more? You just ask out loud.
Well, the other one is, what did we have on Monday? We had the single largest lottery jackpot in the history of the planet.
Somebody in LA won it.
Altadena shot $2 billion, right?
Yes.
So you've got people who are throwing 10, 20, 50 on that. And what do you have a better chance of? Listening to Dibber Claus with his college basketball lock of the day. I'm two for two, by the way. San Jose State over Georgia Southern. That was an Ottoman game.
Oh, was it?
We were laying 3.5. They won double digits. I'll have that for you at 11:45 today.
UC Davis beat Cal.
Would we rather have people shoveling money toward a lottery you're not going to win?
I'm with you.
Or can I get $20 down on the Niners laying the 7?
I do get it though.
I know what you're saying.
You get guys start dipping in their 401k, and it affects the kids, and it affects the family.
Assets.
Alcohol can do that too. You make a great point, Shasky. But you get the gambling.
You just go on Market Street right
I
now.
know.
Okay, I'm using that as an example.
Alcohol can get you through the night too.
Right.
But anyway.
I know, but like we all agree, responsibility is obviously the key here. But like, B, I'm with you on this. My whole theory is, hey, look, if people are going to do it anyway, might as well give. And I hate giving the government a cut on anything.
Right.
Might as well have us supplement some of the things we're all already dumping money into already. Education for kids, and even though I know it gets trickled down to a million things. I mean, have you driven on the freeways?
Yeah.
You think Caltrain needs that money? I mean, we could. I looked at weed the same way. I'm like, you know what? People are going to buy their weed, however. Might as well get a little cut.
And how much money was made just on the hippie lettuce alone in the past year? Because I don't buy the lettuce, but if you go to a dispensary, and the amount of taxing that takes place inside those dispensaries, it's like, I miss the old days of, hey, meet me on the corner.
$35 ace from my boy Zuba.
And it wasn't,
meet me at Burger King.
It wasn't 35 plus 1283 excise tag plus CRV.
Well, do you want the OG Kush Purple Haze Killer? Well, am I going to die?
G13.
Rest in peace,
we got the G13. We got the nade.
It's
all that stuff.
It's only a matter.
It's purple Kush with a little orangey.
Right. It is a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
Look, I gamble, but I know when to cut it off. It's like, all right, I need to chill for a couple weeks. All right, I need to chill for a month. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know how to chill, and they're paying them, and bookies are looking for them, and all of a sudden, it's like, dude, I'm broke, I need to borrow money.
You're describing Phil Mickelson right now.
Yeah, Geneva and Mission has a line waiting for the bus to pick up all the old ladies and men to go up to Roner Park and Petaluma every day.
And they give them $33. They give them $33.
It's not slowing down anyone. I'm just here to let you know that.
It's not. Oh, I know that.
What is it? Pai Gao?
Yeah, Pai Gao's a card game.
Yes, there you go. I was trying to think of some of the card games.
You can slow it down with that. Pie Gal Poker is right next to Keno with the.
I don't even know what that is.
Just go. We're losing, so let's go slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's how.
Okay.
Keno's playing the lottery. You sit in a chair, and then you got the red game and the blue game.
Yeah, the numbers come up. You just bet on some numbers, and then the numbers either pop up or they don't.
That's where I go. You're so right. When you're down, I lost at the tables, I lost on dice.
Okay. So you're like, I could just go fill out a number card on Keno, turn it in, and then you just sit in a chair for about 20 minutes. You're like, did I win? Oh, I lost $2. All right, let's try again. Take another 20 minutes.
We used to call that when you need to lick wounds because you're wounded.
I like that.
You got to lick your wounds.
Keno,
but you can't leave the casino because you're there for a reason. Keno.
Great quick Keno story because you can also play it you used to be able to when you're eating. Like they would have it in the restaurants in Reno and Vegas and whatnot. And so Keno is kind of where I ended up accidentally getting my gambling fix. I think it was my parents took the approach similar to what some parents do where they're like, give the kid one drag on a cigarette. He'll cough so hard, he'll never want a cigarette again. Right? So they're like,
Are you Irish?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Anyway, just keep going.
We sit down for a meal, right?
Where I'm going
I got peanut butter jelly sandwich, whatever it is, and my parents are sitting down. They're like, yeah, here, you can give us some numbers too. It'll be cute. All right, poke some numbers. Here we go. Here, Dad, turn that one in for me. That one will be mine. It's $2, whatever. And then the numbers all come up, and I'm sitting there at the table. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I won! I won! And they're like, oh, you adorable thing.
You were Papa Danko in whatever that movie was.
They're like, no, sweetie, you need to get all of your numbers. I'm like,
shoot.
I did! And they're like, oh, crap, he won. $42 lasted me the rest of the weekend at Circus.
Circus. That's so great.
And an addict was born.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing.
I had the same experience at Golden Gate Fields as a 6-year-old.
Golden Gate Fields?
Yeah, that's right. This is back in the 70s, pre-Doonesbury, when you get $35,000 at Golden Gate. I mean, they would sell that place out. And
forget Willie Mays, Russell Bass.
Dude, your boy ran hot. I had him in my top 10.
I know. Number 2, right?
No, he's number 10.
Oh, God.
I threw him a bone.
Second most egregious outside of Charles Woodson at number 1.
All you guys snubbed Bays at 10. You got no respect for the winningest jockey in North America.
Ever. That caused a lot of drama amongst the station, those top 10 lists.
Yeah, it did.
It was so bad that Charles Woodson tweeted at me saying, I don't care. I was like, Charles Woodson's not even a top 5 writer of all time, let alone Bay Area athlete. He replied to me going, I'll take my career over anybody's in Fort Ball, of course. Hey, Woodson, if you want to come on with Joe Lowe and Dibs, of course, and he got snubbed.
We'll hang up on you in 2 minutes.
I got respect for animals riding other animals. None of you do.
Oh,
Human beings are animals.
Yes,
you understand that.
Of course.
So animals riding animals. Shout out to Breeders' Cup this past weekend.
I'm now envisioning, have you guys ever seen Vegas Vacation?
Yeah,
when the
of course,
kid, Papa Danko, like that's what I'm envisioning Mark Willard as, where he's winning, Ferraris and, got the illegal card.
Yeah.
Papa Giorgio, thank you. I was trying to thank you. Mr. Papa Giorgio, come on.
Papa Danko's a UFC fighter on the undercard coming this weekend.
Jama Malalela joined you guys yesterday.
Look at you, yeah.
Jama Malalela. It took me a couple years to get that down.
Right, see, Bonta's got it.
Toronto Raptors, former player development coach.
Wait a minute, Dibs, who do we have on?
We had one of the assistants, the guy who sits near Ron Adams.
I would do the reset, and Dibs just like, Coach.
Yeah,
every time.
I got a question.
Don't ask me about Dino, the big man coach. That's a struggle. That's a struggle. I always say, hey, Big Dino, what's up, baby?
One of the things, and you guys were giving Guru a whole ration of heat earlier.
It was hilarious.
We all do interviews, and we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
I suck.
For me, the one thing I try not to do is butcher the guest name.
Okay.
And Mark's Jama Malalela was so on point. I was like, I'm going to go with Coach or Skipper or Buddy or Pal. Anything with a man's name.
So you've worked with Roxy 8,000 times like I have.
Yeah.
Roxy used to tell me, Joe, this is how we do it. You state a fact, then you ask a question. But he does it so succinct and so effortless.
Right.
I tried to do that, and I'm like, no, just ask a simple question.
You could just ask a question.
Yeah,
I know, but the way he does it is so brilliant.
Interviewing, I'm telling you, man, it's broken is what it is. I mean, you get people who are talking for 3 minutes, and then they'll be like, so, what'd you think of the game last night?
Yeah,
it's like, why did you just talk for 3 minutes? So you just ask what
As you know, they're 4-time champions. As you know, last March on the 14th, there was an incident.
Oh, I struggle with that all the time. I try to give them my take on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what do you think? And like, well, Bonta, you gave me the whole damn answer already.
I hate to praise this guy because right now he's probably praising himself listening. But I think the best at the station at just asking a question is Damon Bruce.
No, I agree with that.
He will just.
I agree.
And I mean, he'll pontificate at other times.
Yes.
But in interviews, he just goes, boom, short question, boom, here it is.
Larry King and Howard Stern said,
hello.
But they listen to them, and then the follow-ups will be in the answer if you're just listening. Like, yes, you have a script of where you want to go or things that you want to get out. What's up?
This just came down.
This is in?
The Brooklyn Nets named Jacques Vaughn as their head coach.
Which they should have done before Steve Nash.
Yeah, and not interim, just Jacques Vaughn.
What about Udoka?
What about Udoka?
No, Udoka's
he didn't pass the screening process, I'm assuming.
Well, when they didn't hire him, they said 24 to 48 hours. I remember he was like, they didn't hire Ime Udoka yet.
Was there supposed to be compensation, too?
There was Boston was going to let him go for whatever.
Because I thought there was some financial stuff they were on the hook for. Yeah. Boston was on the hook financially, and they were trying to work something out.
Maybe, but they were going to let him walk anyway, right? They were going to just let him go to Brooklyn.
Wow.
But basically, Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, was like, he was basically getting encouraged, like, yo, you may want to stay away from Ime. We got the Kyrie stuff going on.
Seriously, I've been waiting for the Brooklyn Nets to grow a spine here for about 2 years, and it felt like they finally did with the way they were handling the Kyrie situation and saying, no, this is not okay, and you can't go out there and dance around your apology and all of this junk. And then at the same time, they're like, and Ime Udoka is our next coach. And it was like, gosh, you're just a reality show, man.
You know what?
I mean, are they going to acquire Fernando Tatis next?
You change your name. You're not the Brooklyn Nets. You're the real basketball players of New York. That's
right.
Like, just stop, man.
But you know what? Jacques Vaughn deserved that job before Steve Nash. He did a great job in the bubble. Yeah. He earned the respect of the players. I'm happy for Jacques Vaughn, a.k.a. the former Kansas Jayhawk, played for Roy Williams. I'm happy for him. He deserved that job, and I think these players would respond to Jacques Vaughn. They had to stay away from Ime. That would have just been a circus on top of a circus on top of a circus. You couldn't do that.
Yeah.
He's got to sit this one out for a while, right, Coach?
I think take a play off is the old expression, but the way that happened so rapidly, it's like, and Mark and I kind of joked about it because it was Jacques Vaughn interim, and then like 20 minutes later, it's like they're going to hire Udoka. It's like, man, that escalated quickly. They didn't even have time to post the job.
No.
So Jama Malalea, did he make you feel better about Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson? I listened to the interview. He's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
I think that, look, the Warriors do a good job of at least acting like they're chilling. And so that's good, but I also know in the back of my mind that they're good at acting like they're chilling. I thought both Malalela and Bob Myers with Steiny and Goo, what struck me was not so much their patience. I knew they would express that. What struck me, though, was that they both very much struck the chord of, please understand, we're not going to just sit here and lose. That, like, what you're seeing now, like, there are a number of things we can do to attack this. We're not there yet to make sweeping moves, but if what we are trying to do isn't working, we're not going to just sit here and have it not work. Like, I think in the back of a Warrior fan mind, you're thinking, okay, win and develop at the same time, very, very difficult. Are you just going to say, if it's not working well, we'll develop? We'll develop. These guys have got to play, and they've got to get better, and they've got to grow up.
They view themselves as a contender.
And if we lose this year because of that, then oh well. They very much were like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's not happening. Yeah. That's what made me feel good.
It made me feel good, but then I had to step back and realize that I don't think that the fix is a possibility, other than those guys getting better. So if Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody, and Jordan Poole, if they don't play better, how do you fix it? Because JaMychal Green, Lamb, and Jerome, the two-way guys, they're not good enough to take you to the place you want to be. So if the young guys don't improve, the fix would be make a dramatic trade involving one of your real established pieces, which I don't know if you can do that.
I don't know.
I don't think that Steph's not going to tolerate a Draymond trade. You're not getting rid of Klay Thompson, and you can't trade Wiggins until January at the earliest. And why would you?
Well,
so now what are we looking at here?
So the weird thing that seems, and I'm with you, because the weird thing that feels like two ram horns batting each other in the head is if the young guys get better, you want to keep them.
Yeah.
If they don't get better, what the hell are you going to get for them?
Exactly. It's a catch-22.
That's the.
There'll probably be some veterans who are on expiring contracts. And now you may say, man, you mortgaged the future for some vets who's going to be free agents.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Is the future?
This shit, we don't know the future.
Yeah.
And it's the same
off
thing.
The cliff once Steph's done.
Yeah, and there you go. And the same thing happened with the Niners. We talk about the window of the 49ers. You got to strike now. We were talking about this on the roast a couple months ago. Like, you got to strike now. The NFC's wide open. You never know when you're going to get this opportunity to win the championship. You got to strike now. And the same thing are kind of happening with the Warriors because, as you just mentioned, after post-Steph, we don't know what this team's going to look like. Yeah. So you got to maximize his prime and the way he's playing and go try to defend your championship.
Not to take a hard right turn, but speaking of the 49ers, did I hear King of the Hill that the 49ers are sitting fifth in the NFC?
Right now.
Who are the four in front of them?
Eagles. Seattle's in front of them. They're first place in the NFC West.
Seattle.
Even though the Niners beat them.
Crushed them.
Seattle is playing a lot better.
What's your criteria?
I look at record. I look at the way a team's playing right now. It doesn't matter like if you're in first place, second place, third place. Mm-hmm. How are you playing right now? Seattle's playing some damn good football.
They're playing good.
And they're improving. Kenneth Walker III has moved their offense. Geno looks
haven't really faced a good defense, though. And since they faced the Niners and they got clobbered by that very defense.
Well, I think the New York Giants got a solid defense. They beat them. They beat the New York Giants. Arizona, I think Arizona has talent. You know, and the way they responded to Arizona, they are a mess. But the way they responded to Arizona down 14-10, went right back down the field, scored, and then they put that game away by running the football and running one of those play action passes that Baldy talked about this morning. So they're playing better.
They're solid.
Dallas is number 2. Dallas, you can't deny their defense and the way they're running the football right now. Philadelphia, obviously, number 1. They're undefeated.
Sure. And Minnesota's
my other one.
Let me ask you, just go into your heart. If the 49ers are playing the Seahawks coming up this weekend, who you think's a better team?
I think the Niners are a better team, but in Seattle,
that's
tough.
what my question is.
And it's a division game. And they got and look, Woolen at corner is going to shut down somebody. They're flying around, they're hitting. Bruce Irvin, I thought was out of the league. All of a sudden, it's reappearing on my screen, sacking Kyler Murray. And they got weapons offensively.
I was listening to different people opine about the Seahawks, and they made a good point about Pete Carroll. His rah-rah stuff works great for younger teams. Mm-hmm. College, obviously, it works because guys, 3-4 years, they're in and out. When you have a lot of veterans like he did just a couple of years ago, they were sick and tired of him. Now he's got another young team.
I think the problem, though, was they were sick and tired of their quarterback. I don't think that they were sick and tired of it.
Yes, but Earl Thomas had issues
Carroll's been there long enough to where I don't think that he wears guys out. Like Harbaugh's a different story. 5 years at San Diego, 5 at Stanford, 5 with the Niners. Now he's stuck in Michigan. Yeah. He's found a home for the most part, but I think his act wears you thin more than Pete Carroll's gum-chewing rah-rah.
I think you both are onto something here because it's not even just young players like they need to be 23.
That's what I'm saying.
It's players who haven't been with the Seahawks for that long.
Exactly.
It is a new generation roster there, and so Pete hasn't worn anybody out. And yes, at the same time, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers have shown themselves this year to be people that their teammates often don't like.
They despise them.
They do not like them.
It's got a basketball feel to it, doesn't it?
It matters. Yeah,
it matters. Like it really feels like the two of them are like.
I'm not saying great leaders all need to be like perfectly loved by everybody. That's not always leadership.
One ally?
Well,
there's not one ally for any of these guys.
Aaron Rodgers would be the Kyrie Irving figure, and Russell Wilson would be Russell Westbrook.
Wow.
Or KD.
That's
pretty close.
Well, Aaron Rodgers with the not that I got the vaccine, but I've been in
most talented,
whatever word he used to lie about the fact that he hadn't gotten.
Pathetic.
It just got weird. It just got so like it goes sort of wobbly.
Thank you, immunized. Thank you,
and then it gets
that was the word.
Thank you,
and then it gets really weird, and then it just starts feeling like, and you feel this, I think, sometimes with athletes. Where suddenly whatever it is they're thinking about, whatever it is that they sort of have going on off the field or off the court, suddenly becomes bigger to them than the process of winning.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving and Aaron Rodgers both have rings, and late in their career, now we're on podcasts, and think about where the conversation has gone. We got ayahuasca, we got flat Earth, it's off the rails.
Well, so
it's no longer about sports.
It's interesting that you bring that up because I'm watching the Willie doc last night, and you'll get a chance to see it.
Yep.
he was crushed by a lot of his peers for not being more outspoken about social issues and things like that. And his response was like, well, wait a minute, you're not seeing what I'm doing actually in the community, just not in front of cameras. You're not seeing what I'm doing, and I'm not equipped to be able to verbalize things. I just love baseball. And the way that I did things for my community was just in a different way, or maybe not in front of the spotlight. Maybe I'm not articulating it right.
No, you are. And players coming up in the game, opening the door for players. Like we opened the doors for young broadcasters. He was.
Wow.
He had to write a letter about Jackie Robinson.
I've always thought that's unfair when people say you should do this with your platform. Like Klay Thompson versus Steph Curry, for example. Steph chooses to be a global humanitarian. Klay does what he does. Not at the same level, but we don't have to have Klay do what Steph does. You know, you can't expect
an obligation.
Right. There's no obligation for these guys.
Well, I mean, you'd love to see it, but some guys aren't equipped to do it. Like KD goes through this right now with Kyrie. KD is so about ball.
Yes.
He's just about
Which
ball.
Is what Will
and, he's great in the community.
And he's great with people. Like, if you got a kid who like runs into KD and wants an autograph, there's probably not many better than KD with how he's going to handle that situation, and we know that. But is Durant, the human being, equipped to be out in front of social causes? This is someone who literally can't take Bob from wherever on Twitter saying you suck. You know, he's building burner accounts. So, like,
and Andrew Wiggins is another one I think is a good example because he's not that outgoing.
Right. You're asking people to do things that they just might not be in their repertoire sometimes.
Agreed.
I want to go back to the King of the Hill rankings for a second in the Niners, because you obviously had an issue with me having the Niners at 5th.
You got them too low.
Well, they have a talented roster. They're 4-4, and had to put some consistency together. I got to see what Christian McCaffrey.
I don't disagree with that.
I got to see them put together some good. Now I believe they're going to go on a run here, and I think this offense is going to explode. But we also have to see it. They've dropped some they've had some bad losses.
No, it's fair.
Denver,
a couple of stinkers.
Atlanta, like a couple stinkers here. So
Atlanta's not, to me, that's not a bad loss. That was a tough scheduling spot. Game 2 of a road trip.
The whole defense.
And the defense was hurt.
Right. And then Kansas City.
Denver, 11-10. Mark loves when I mentioned the score.
Right.
Inexcusable. And the Chicago Monsoon loss was also a black eye and an embarrassment.
It's not also looking as bad, though. Like, the Bears have played.
Well, this guy's on the Justin Fields bandwagon now.
No, the last 3 weeks. Well, and it's not even just him; it's his coach.
Yes, Eberflus is doing well.
They have weapons.
Flus finally went. You know what? We need to let the man flow. We need to Flus's flow.
Not throw to Mooney.
Well, just like you
not throw to anyone.
You have a skill set, and this is I'm not going to go pick the Trey Lance scab, but when you have a skill set, whether it's dangerous or not, you gotta explore it and let it go. And the Bears wanted Justin Fields to be Tom Brady,
to be a pocket
quarterback.
And
he's not. And the Mike McDaniel thing last week is one of the great coaching quotes. That guy handles a press conference so well.
Brilliant.
He's so funny. If you haven't seen Mike McDaniel from last week, and the moment where Fields runs for a first down right by McDaniel, and you see the two of them interact, and McDaniel was asked about it, and they go, what'd you tell him? What'd you say to Justin Fields? He goes, I told him to stop scrambling because it's getting really annoying. And he wouldn't listen, and he wouldn't take the coaching. It was a great quote, but Fields is, my God, he's elite with the ball in space.
So the Bears are playing well despite trading Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn. But when you look at the Niners, and this is why I think some people hesitate, they beat up on the LA Rams. They beat up on the LA Rams for 4 straight seasons in the regular season. So can we really take that and say, the Niners are back?
No.
They own them. So
and the Rams stink this year.
Champs.
And the Rams stink this year.
They stink. They stink. They're bad. I'm sticking a fork in them now. 44 seconds, Tom Brady. What are you doing playing off coverage of Scotty Miller on the sideline?
Brady hadn't gone on a touchdown drive in 3 weeks.
What are you doing? So the Niners have to show me. No doubt they're one of the most talented in the NFC, but they got to show us. And they get a great chance this Sunday against the Chargers.
Great chance. Heavy favorites, almost a full touchdown. And, if you can't beat the Chargers off a bye, getting everyone healthy in a primetime spot at home. Well, now King of the Hill all of a sudden looks a little bit stronger.
I agree with this. There's a reason for the excitement, but it also might be ahead of itself in that, you think about it. What happened? They won 1 game, and then they got a bye, and then they got health, and add in the excitement we felt because McCaffrey is on the team.
Yes.
So there's reason to believe what we believe, Yet right now it is just a belief.
For sure.
Like it's good. Yeah, I agree with that. You got to go do it.
But I believe they can go on a run.
Yeah.
All right. I know I'm baseball geeky. Willard can be baseball geeky as well with me, and that's fine.
I didn't wear my uniform today like you did, but let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I knock my headphones off.
GM meetings are starting here in a matter of moments.
Let me ask you guys, with all sincerity, is this the most optimistic or exciting, or however you want to phrase it, Giants offseason in a long, long time?
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's huge. It's exciting and optimistic, but at the same time, it's pressure. And Mark, we're going to get into the expectations now because you're going to get Judge. Rizzo opted out. You probably get Rizzo.
You think you're getting Judge?
You're probably getting Correa. No, this is the Giants fan perspective. And by the way, the odds are that the Giants are the favorites to land him 2-1 odds if he leaves.
If he leaves, yeah. The favorite is still the.
He's leaving. He's not.
He's gone. I think so. But if you're a betting man, it's still the Yankees.
It's still the Yankees?
Yeah, the Yankees are still the odds-on favorite. Like, you're still getting plus odds if it ends up being the Giants, but they're definitely the favorite, quote-unquote, if he leaves. You start to see J.P. Morosi link Rizzo to the Giants yesterday.
Bubba.
That's interesting.
Bubba.
That would help. That would help. That would help Judge for sure.
You get a laugh.
But
I love Bubba, man. We need Bubba back on the show.
You're hearing people who I think are very dialed in say, no, they're not going to go after one. They're not going to go after two. They're going to go after three. They're going to be in on everyone. The danger here is that, to Dibs' point, if you're a Giants fan, you're now walking to the party like, we're getting everybody.
We're scoring.
And we're not going to get everybody. Yeah. We're not going to get all the free agents.
Yeah.
So the Giants have done nothing to squash this thought. And it's sort of like, I don't know, if they only get 2 free agents, it's going to feel like, oh, that's it? So
they need more.
They need more.
I liked your opinion yesterday on the Shohei thing because I'm with you. Like now,
it was a relief.
We're not going to send every guy that I've been waiting to see. As much as I'm tantalized by Shohei, like I kind of am okay with them not trading him away because I would feel the pressure if you did strike out on Judge. Well, now you got to send all these youngsters away to go get Shohei, and that feels like, well, now you're becoming Angel-like. You know what I mean? And they haven't won anything.
No, and he's one guy, and
that's what I'm saying.
I don't believe that he's
2 guys.
He's yet.
Good point. That's a good point.
He's free.
He's Shohei and he's Ohtani.
When he gets his inevitable UCL injury, shout out Josh Allen, because every pitcher gets a Tommy John. So if he gets it while he's a Giant, you lose 2 players.
By the way, so excited.
I didn't even think of that.
I'm so excited that you guys are taking Aaron Judge pitches during your show tomorrow, because it will lead perfectly into what we believe. We believe as a show that we have put together the absolute ultimate Aaron Judge pitch.
Oh.
And to such a level that it actually will be the entire show tomorrow. We're going to go on a road trip tomorrow.
Oh.
And
please explain.
We're gonna
thank you, Roxy. That's a 4 for you, Roxy.
We're actually going to go on a road trip. We're going to go on a road trip, and we're going to see if we can come back with Aaron Judge.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah,
Giants fans in advance, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Wow! Wow! Okay, we hear about this one.
Dibs.
We are not. We are not half stepping on this one.
No. I like that. Big stepping.
Yeah.
Big stepping to Linden, California. Willard and Dibs coming up next to High Dude.